Welcome back to another episode of Sailing Embla and the DIY sailboat right here in Hana Harbor, Rogaland, Norway. Now I know what you're thinking. Who the hell is Vice Minister for the Fish and Wildlife Administration in Guatemala? Now I have no idea, and if you do, please write me a comment in the comment sections below. So this facility is actually the Sea Scouts here, the local chapter of the Sea Scouts, pretty much the same as any scout, except they use the water, and you can find them all along the coast here. I would have loved to have something like this when I grew up. Instead, we have to fend off buggers with knives. Now, the reason why we are here in Hana is there she is. My beautiful boat is up on the hard, and you see, I've been trying out the new, no, not the new engine, the engine fully serviced and all, but she felt a little sluggish, I think. 4.5 knots or something. So, and I think she should be good to 5.5, maybe 6 knots, which is still not a lot, but it's better than 4.5. So I figured that maybe she was had a little too much overgrowth underneath, and yeah, she was quite dirty, but not too bad though. She has been in the water for 2 years. The propeller was yeah, it had a lot of growth on it. The Sea Scouts Association's facilities, and I have borrowed their dock in here. So now Embla is gonna get clean, and after that, woohoo! It's gonna have some cool winter sail.
Remember, good thoughts will give a good life to you. You're such a good girl, and it's a pretty rough world. But just follow your feelings, and you will be fine.
Now, as you can see, she's all clean, and the propeller, wow, is like brand new. Well, not really, but it's way cleaner than it was. Now I know that a lot of this bottom paint has fallen off due to the washing, but in this time of year, the water up here is so cold, nothing grows here anyway. But come spring, I will need to get her up on the hard again and repaint the bottom. Now I also know that the green paint on the side on the freeboards here are, well, kind of milky at the moment, so I probably need to have some polish and wax on there as well. I have a lot of work to do come spring. But right now I just wanted to clean underneath the waterline there to be able to use the boat again, even though it's still winter here and kind of nippy. I still want to use the boat. But now we just need to get the boat ready again, and then we can drop her back in the water.
Whatever you do now, do it true. Goodbye, baby, goodbye to you.
And my friends, it would seem that I was right. The propeller and the growth underneath was the reason why the boat was so sluggish. Just check it out. It's 6.4 knots. That's like super speed. Woohoo! That is something. 6.5 knots, 6.7. Wow! That is so cool. Now it, you guys! Whoa! And here we are, back once again. Oh, that was a lovely shower, that's for sure. I've just installed a really power shower in there, so now yeah, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was Hana, actually, and we are back in Sandnes Guest Harbor, as you saw from the film. We left Hana there, and she goes really wonderful. I haven't seen any oil leaks as of yet, but it seems the engine drops a little of the cooling water. I guess it could be that I had topped off too much, so when the water heats, it expands, so a little of the cooling water will of course filter down to the bilge. Now I think I need a cup of Java. So what else is new here on Embla? Well, it isn't too bad really. It is just this piece of shit phone, my iPhone 7, and it has stopped to work. It works to browse the internet and stuff, but you can't call anyone on it anymore, and that kind of contradicts the phone part of the smartphone name. I've used this all the way from Sweden up here to do most of my shots, and now I can't use it anymore because there's no sound in the film. So I've been using instead this thing, the FDR X3000 from Sony, and it is actually a badass action cam. I really love this little thing. What is that? I don't know what the FDR X3000 stands for. I do, because those Sony guys, they got their together, and FDR stands for front digital recorder, and I think that's a good thing, to put the recorder in the front. Just think about it, if it was a SDR instead, a side digital recorder, how bad would that be if you're gonna vlog yourself? You only film in the wall next to you. That would be a bad thing, but those Sony guys, they got their together and they put it in the front. And the X3000X is of course just because it is so cool to have an X on any technical device, because that means it is advanced. Now the 3000 actually only means it is so advanced that it is actually from the year 3000, which means it is about, just kidding, 921 years into the future. Whoa, that's how badass this camera is. Now I think I will have to use that until I can get a new camera or a new phone or something. I have not yet decided. Now I think that the problem with this action cam, it's great on the outside actually. Now it is day out and it's a lot of light pouring in here, and I'm thinking that it could be too dark if you're gonna film in the evening or in Lofoten where it's pretty much dark all day around. So I probably need another camera as well to shoot on the inside and really dark places. But for now I can still make YouTube videos with this cam, hopefully. He's a old lazy dog. Here, Shabby. Say hello to the people. Hello. That was her. She's actually fluent in English. That's quite good. English, Norwegian, and Romania or something. She was born in Romania, the land of Dracula. Well, before I get totally off the rails here, now for this week's DIY video. Well, I don't know if we have that much time left, but I'm gonna tell you about it anywho, because right now it is still a little cold and dark on the outside, so I've decided to just continue working on the inside of the boat. Now I have a couple of projects on the outside as well, but they will have to wait until the weather gets a little bit better. On the inside of the boat, as I've calculated, there's only one more project to do. Well, now I'm lying. It is actually 2 projects left on the boat. No, there's actually 4 more projects. Damn! If you haven't figured it out yet, I can tell you right now, I am pretty much shooting these videos as is. I have no script or anything. I have a general idea what I want to talk about, and sometimes, you know, it gets a little messy. So anywho, I'm just shooting from the hip here. It's 4 projects left on the inside of the boat. Now, you could argue that it's a ton more things that needs to be done, and you're right. There are probably a couple of 100 more projects that needs to be done. But in order to do them, I would have to take the boat up from the water and put it on the hard and really go to town. But since I'm living on a boat, I can't really do that. And also, we are in January here, and it's not that far away until April-May, which is the date I have pretty much set for myself to be leaving this place and going up north. Now, so that means I'm a little pressed of time, and also that since I'm living here, I can't very well do whatever I want on the inside. And if you are living on a boat, and or if you just have a boat, you know how messy things can get if you're doing any type of maintenance on the boat, really. Well, so there's 4 more projects to be done, and one of them I've decided I will pause for a moment, and that was the mat on the floor here. There's 2 reasons for that. The first thing is that it is expensive as and also I have these guys from Elizabeth, which I mentioned earlier, and well, it hasn't been that cold yet this year, but these are so great. It is really warm and nice and toasty on the inside here. So I don't think I need a mat as of yet. So that means there's only 3. I know. There's only 3 more projects that needs to be done, and 2 of them are a little more on the messy side, I would say, and would mean a lot of work in here. I don't want to do that because now the boat has finally come together again and I can actually use it again, which means it's only 1 more project I can do without tearing the boat apart, and that is the galley. I just wanted to do the galley, redo the galley kind of, just a little bit, to make it a little more nicer, so it actually feels a little more like home. But as of now, I'm afraid that we are running a little out of time, so I think those projects will have to wait until next week. And if you like this video, give me one of these, and if you hated this video, this thing is still broke on the channel as usual. I can't get it fixed no matter how I do, so don't even bother. You can try it, you can click it twice and you will see it doesn't function. So oh, that's so stupid. Anywho, leave me a comment in the comment sections below, because I love reading what you had to say. And even though you haven't anything to say, you can just write me something and say hello. I love that as well. Now, next week we're gonna start cracking on the galley and do a lot of those projects. If nothing else comes in between, maybe a little sail or something, that would be good, if I can find the time of work and all that. So until next time, you take care, and Shabby will see you there. She's a good dog. Yeah. Well, until next time, you, my friends, take care, and we will see you there. I can do better than that.
Until next time, you take care, and I will see you there.